favorite knowledge drip of life, Wild Thoughts, with your host, The Big Bang. And first, I want to give a great shout out to our guest speaker that we had on the last episode. Her name was Charlotte. And on that episode, in that knowledge drip, we went over a lot of stuff. We were driving and we were grooving to the music and we were moving our feet to the soul and we were moving our brains and our thought patterns throughout the world. And it was fucking beautiful. I enjoyed every second of that knowledge drip. Matter of fact, I don't normally go back and listen to the knowledge drips just because it is my own knowledge drip. But with this one, I went back and I listened to it like 5 times. And as I get emails, of course, thank you. And as we go out into this beautiful world and we think what I was saying before we get to the emails about that, whatever we were talking about. Damn emails, people emailing me and I forget what I'm damn near talking about. Why'd I even look at it? Maybe I should just turn on Do Not Disturb. I don't know. I could do that. That would make my life easy. But I just want to give a great shout out to Charlotte and the way her words were flowing out of her mouth and the flow of eternal thought coming from her was great, especially for the knowledge drip that needed that female voice. We've been asking for it. Everyone's been asking for it. I have been asking for it. And it finally came into full. And the treasures we seek while we're out looking, and I don't even remember what I said, but it was something like that. It's pretty sweet. And it was just pretty amazing about how everything just works out on a normal basis without trying, without doing it. As you guys know, I asked multiple times that I was going to get a female on the podcast. If you guys have been listening for a long time, or if you're new, there's a lot of new listeners too. Thank you. But if you're an older listener and you've been following, and if you're an older listener, if you're an older leader, you know what I'm saying, to the knowledge drip, and you've been listening for a while, then you know that I have been asking for someone to become on part of it, mostly a female. And you know what? The affirmations, the I ams of what I was asking and subconsciously mind telling myself eventually came true. And that's just proof right there of your mind's power to get what you need and get the best thing that you need. But you got to believe in yourself and you got to take action. So just thought I'd let you guys know that was fucking great. So let's give her a round of applause. Congratulations. Now, before we get on today and do some more stuff and talk about some more shit, I want to go over something that I did a long time ago. And it was songs I made very, very long ago. And I made them all for fun. They're all just for fun. And you can find them too if you want. Actually, I'll give a plug for it right now. You can find it on the SoundCloud under PAWTPOPPANDA. Yes, that spells pot, pop, panda. And I want to give a shout out to Pop Pop Panda for 1 year ago, over a year ago, making songs that would, who knows what they would do. But now I have realized that they have came to me at the right amount of time. And we're going to listen to one as we start this knowledge drip today. And we're going to go over, obviously, the self-confidence formula. And we're going to go over some affirmations that I have written for this week. I normally don't share these type of affirmations with everybody. I don't even share them with nobody. Mostly just write it down in my journal. It's in a completely different journal than the one I use for the knowledge drip. So I'm going to jump over this affirmation that I have written for myself down because I want to see how it would work and how the imagination and the quality time of life of truly believing in yourself would work and manifest its oppression onto you, whether it's a couple days or whatever, a couple years, whatever you got to do. You got to make this shit fucking work. Because if you don't make it work for you, then you're going to be not enjoying your life. You're not going to be breathing your best. So today's sponsor is Pot Pop Panda. And during this listening that we're going to be taking together, I want you to think of this question in our mind that was actually brought on to me by Charlotte. We didn't go over this, but she did text me and ask me to go over this. So I figured, why not? We can go over it. And this is what it's saying. This was her question. And I'm going to leave it to your beautiful subconscious mind, you listeners, to listen to the question and then write into the show at reflife32@gmail.com. Write into the show and give me your answers, okay? And trust me, I got my answer for these questions. But I'm not going to give you my answers until the end of the show. But here, right now, on Wild Thoughts with your host, The Big Bang, here's the question of the day. Do we create the characters that are in our reality? And if so, do we realize their purpose of why we created them? Let me say that to you one more time before we turn on this great song. Before we turn on this great song, let me go over the question one more time so you can continually think about it. Do we create the characters that are in our reality? And if so, do we realize their purpose of why we created them? So now, let's go ahead and start this song.
Load the guns. Prepare for war. Troops, unite.
All right. So, congratulations. But that little song right there was called Was War Warm. Now, you might be thinking, was war warm? There's actually a very deep meaning behind Was War Warm. If you look how it's spelled when you go onto the SoundCloud, which I know you will because you guys are very interested to see what other type of songs I have for this knowledge drip. As you go through, you're going to look like and realize that I just want to tell you something about Was War Warm. If you go through and you look at it, it's all spelled. The first letter of each word is W. So you can go to WWW. That stands for Was War Warm. Then you can go to the A. A is in was, and the second letter is all A's. And then the third letter is all R's. So, and the fourth one is M's. Was War Warm. And that's just how it worked out. And it's beautifully synchronized into what you can go, and you'll go when you find out what it is, man. When you find out what Was Warm was, when you find out what the meaning behind it is, when you look up that website, you're going to realize that this world is filled with great and impossible things. And that's the reason I had written that song. And it's pretty fucking good if you ask me. So hopefully it sounded right. I don't know. I don't know. I don't go back and listen to it. I ain't got time for that. I just want to do the podcast. I just want to believe in myself for that quick 55 minutes while I do the knowledge drip, and then produce more information and more quality sounds of vibration and everything throughout the world. So, as our sponsor is today, Pop Panda, and you guys can find it on SoundCloud if you're interested. Now that we're done with that, we're at the 12 minute and 43 second mark. And I just wanted to go over that question one more time that I had asked at the beginning. And it was, do we create the characters that are in our reality? And if so, do we realize their purpose of why we created them? I know. That's a pretty freaking dope question. I hope you guys have some great answers, and I know you probably do. But before we start to get into that, I want to go over the self-confidence formula with you. Just because of how great it is, and you know it's great. So let's go ahead, take a break. We're going to start at 13 minutes and 30 seconds. Go ahead and breathe slow. Let your body relax, so limp to be like unto a little dryer sheet. Be limp. Be the clothes in your closet. Be limp. Be a sleeping cat in the window. Be limp. Here we go with the self-confidence formula. I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, aggressive, and continuous actions towards its attainment. I realize that the dominating thoughts of my mind eventually reproduce themselves in an outward bodily action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my mind for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking of the person I intend to be, by creating a mental picture of this person and then transforming that picture into reality through practical service. I know that through the principle of autosuggestion, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of realizing it. Therefore, I shall devote 10 minutes daily to demanding of myself the development of the factors named in the 16 lessons of this reading course on the law of success. I have clearly mapped out and written down a description of my definite purpose in life. For the coming 5 years, I have set a price on my service for each of these 5 years, a price that I intend to earn and receive. Through strict applications of the principle of efficient, satisfactory service, which I will render in advance. I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless built upon truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction which does not benefit all whom it affects. I will succeed by attracting to me the forces I wish to use and the cooperation of other people. I will induce others to serve me because I will first serve them. I will eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism by developing love for all humanity. Because I know that a negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. I will cause others to believe in me because I will believe in them and in myself. I will sign my name to this formula, commit it to memory, and repeat it aloud once a day with full faith that it will gradually influence my entire life so that I will become a successful and happy worker in my chosen field of endeavor. Now, in this self-confidence formula, I wanted to go over something in here, and it was the part where it says, I will eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, cynicism by developing a love for all humanity. And today, I actually wanted to go over love and hate, the emotion of love and hate, just because of some great things that are going on with the emotion of love and the emotion of hate right now through my body as it strains down to my core and it makes my hands tense. But I stay relaxed, I stay happy, I stay confident in myself and my ability to continue to breathe. And you should too. And you shouldn't let these feelings of envy, hate, cynicism, jealousy cloud your mind from doing what you want to do, thinking what you want to think. But of course, if that's what you're thinking, if you are thinking you hate somebody, if you are thinking you're jealous of somebody, envious or something, cynicism, if you're thinking all of these thoughts to yourself, then you need to go through and read the self-confidence formula, and you need to figure out what's bothering you. Because I could sit up here and say, you're doing this wrong or you're doing that wrong, but guess what? I don't know what to say to you because I haven't talked to you. You gotta figure out that the journal of journey for yourself. You need to do the breathing of journey yourself onto your own brains and onto your own mind, onto your own subconscious mind. As you remember, we have gone over the auto suggestions. We have gone over the self suggestions. We have gone over suggestions to thyself and to thy power, which thus brings you into a place of your own being. And we have done that many, many times. So just remember that what you say, what you think, will eventually create the characters that are in our reality. Did I just answer the question from the beginning? I might have, but we haven't got into that yet. So, like I said, from one part of the self-confidence formula, I want to go over the emotion of love and hate. I had written this down, so it's pretty fucking good. It's coming from my own knowledge strip notebook here. And I think it's going to be fucking pretty good. And then we'll go over some other shit. But first, let's go ahead and go over this emotion of love and hate. Let's start at the 19-minute mark. How many of us have of you, the beautiful, disfigured listeners of Wild Thoughts, have felt the emotion, the most negative emotion of hatred? How have you allowed hatred to block all senses in your mind? The hatred emotion is usually preceded by love. I know the feeling of love, mostly that it is endured to things of little value in today's society, and as well as hate. Every day I hear people say they love something. They love the TV show The Voice, but in the same breath they say they hate American Idol. How can one's mind be so clouded by useless love and useless hate? These poor souls have the ability to truly lose the ability to differentiate between the two emotions. Thanks to the programming of the brain of the supercomputer we turn on for our kids in the morning and the supercomputers we turn on at night to dull our senses of lost love due to our jobs or other things. Love is stated in the Bible, 1 Corinthians 13. For love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always preserves. We got to fit the page on their bitch asses. That's right, because we got a lot of shit written down here. Now, what does hate bring out of people? Hate brings clouded judgment on things they used to love because of a monetary setback. Say you are dating someone and one day you love that person because they opened the door for you once. But 1 month later, you are in pure hate with that same person because the person had talked to someone else. How could love change from this so quickly? How could you allow envy to get in the way of love? I will tell you how you had no patience towards boasting your love. If you must proclaim everything you love, then you have never loved. If you must proclaim you are proud, then that is not love. The Bible is the greatest epitome of all human happiness. 1 John 2:9. Whoever says he is in light and hates his brother is still in darkness. Now, my knowledge drip may not be for everyone, and trust me, I know it is not. For what I am about to tell you, what the author is about to slip out of his subconscious mind may tear you to rip your earbuds out and throw them away. And you may proclaim to the entirety of the world how terrible the Wild Thoughts with the Big Bang truly is. Remember, I say this out of the knowledge of understanding that what I read and acquire from our fallen ancestors is that but the truth and justice from men and women alive. Fortunate is the person who understands this principle sufficiently well to keep his or her brain vitalized or recharged by periodically contacting it with a more vital mind. Sexual contact is one of the most effective of the stimuli through which a mind may be recharged, providing the contact is intelligently made between a man and woman who have genuine affection for each other. Any other sort of sexual relationship is a devitalizer of the mind. Now, what does that mean? For most people that are not stricken to the heart of love for what some would call sexual contact of the same sex, is their mind a devolatizer? Is the mind working completely free with love? I do not know. The answer is to go ask someone. But also, be aware that in John 15:12, my command is this: love each other as I have loved you. And as in 1 Peter, above all, love each other deeply, because love covers over a multitude of sins. Know in this great knowledge drip is used a lot of scripture verses, but love is the great emotion for being positive. While hatred will cloud your mind, bring peace and love into the fold of your life, and you shall destroy hatred, the most negative of emotion, love, and you shall be forever grateful and forever be posted in a positive light. All right, that's the end of the emotion of love. I hope you enjoyed that. I really did. Now, I got actually 2 more things we got to go over, and we're at 24 minutes, so lucky for you guys today, this is going to be a little bit of an extra long knowledge drip. It's probably going to jump into the 32, maybe even 34 minutes if you're lucky. But before we begin, as always, I got some beautiful, cold, refreshing water. This water even has ice in it, which is another form of water. And it helps cool down your body, I think. Or it just tastes really refreshing. So, if you have your water near you, and you believe that you can believe in yourself, you can believe that you will make everything into what you need it to do through your subconscious mind, through the act of believing in yourself into true auto-suggestion that is this life, then I got some motherfucking affirmations from you. Now, these affirmations in this notebook that I'm about to give you is something that I don't share that often. I never get into this notebook. Well, I do a lot. I get into this notebook a lot, but it's because it's not for the knowledge drip. It is for myself. It's for the personal goals and things I want to achieve. But I figured, why not try this one out, put it out onto the Ethernet, and see what really truly can be. We're going to start this affirmation at 26 minutes. And right now it's at 25:44. So don't be afraid, guys, to breathe. I like to breathe. You like to breathe. Otherwise, you probably would have took a bullet to your head or took 500 pills or jumped off a bridge or off a building or something. So obviously you still like to breathe. So why you like to breathe still? Keep on taking that deep breath in. And let's go ahead and get this started as the AC kicks on. Once again, we live in a world of abundance where we can hit our strides anywhere we go. We can feel the heat. We can feel the cold because of this great abundant world. So thank you to the electricity that provides us with the AC. And I hope it's loud in the microphone. I hope you can hear the AC running. I hope you can feel the AC running. Because it's nice. It's great. This is the life that we live in. We live in a life of unlimited abundance. And we make our life easier than ever. Because what do we got to do? Make your life easy. Oh yeah, I was going to start this thing, huh? We'll start at 27 minutes. So, a little rant. That's all right. Here we go. 27 minutes. The following affirmations are only to be written with full belief. These affirmations are the process of true thought patterns. For if you doubt your thoughts, then to true fashion, you will get the things you are in need of. These sayings are only perfect for your use. At this time, you will pick up your pen, go get your book, and start the fucking process of concentrating your thoughts of subjective info into a form of reality. Now, with your definite affirmation mindset clearly illuminated, be extremely in detail of what you desire, for this desire needs to be fully placed throughout this time of checking. Place the affirmation of what you are in need of on your phone so you can easily listen to the recording affirmation of thought. I will now do my exact definite chief aim and help the thoughts emerge to meet my gaze. Hi, Isaiah Roberts. Today is July 22nd, 2019. I am excited and pleased to give you the instructions and the possibilities of opportunity. The definite chief aim for the next 5 days, which ends July 27th, is to end the thought and fear of poverty. And for the next 5 days, you are truly going to live as if you are truly abundant. And that is going to be in everything that is done. And all that is great wealth of abundance will be auto-suggested to know that you and your thoughts become one in harmony. Your week of abundance will suffer no bounds. You are the human becoming with over $1,379,672.69. You are in the fitness of your breath. You made it to the end of your fear string. Cut it. Cut the fear string and hold on to the unlimited flow of the earth. July 27th, 2019 is coming, and you will have over $1,379,672.69 in your Chase bank account. Be grateful for your ability to think of what you are in need of. Be thankless on what you have now. Life is yours to control. Continue to render more service than paid for, and live with the intention that there is enough. Congratulations, you mastermind. You, the controller of thoughts. You are the controller. You decide how the buttons are clicked. You improve the game you play. So as today is July 22nd, 2019, your goal of exactly $1,372,672.69 will be in your Chase bank account on July 27th, 2019. Render the service and you will get it. Repeat the affirmation for 5 days. Now, that was my affirmation unto myself, and I'm just going to put it out there. See what the fuck happens. The affirmations of our subconscious mind, when we truly believe them, can be only but possible. Because if you truly believe it, then you're going to fucking understand that you believe in yourself. And it's that fucking simple. And I love believing in myself. I hope you love and believing in yourself. There's nothing like believing in yourself when no one else does. There's nothing like believing in yourself. There's just not. There's nothing, because nobody can hold your breath for you. Nobody can breathe for you. Nobody can see for you. Nobody can write for you. Only person that can do that is for you, yourself. But don't forget that you need to have love, just like in John 1. What did that shit say? It said, John 1. What the fuck did it say? Oh, yeah, 1 John. Whoever says he is in light and hates his brother is still in darkness. So, just remember that you got to love yourself and you got to love everyone else, because you can't be built unless it's built upon truth and justice, and you have a love for all humanity. Now, we're 31 minutes and 25 seconds in. Congratulations. Let's go ahead and get into what we had talked about at the very beginning of this knowledge drip. And that was, do we create the characters that are in our reality? And if so, do we realize their purpose of why we created them? I'm going to go ahead and give you my answer now. And then I would love, from all humanity walks of life that are listening, to go ahead and write into the show and give me what you think on that question. Okay, I went over that question like 5 times. If you haven't written it down by now, you don't have your notebook next to you and you're not writing this shit down so that you can get some ideas for your own thoughts, then you're messing around. But here we go. Let's go ahead and get into this. So this is my answer to the question. The subconscious blade of life. It is possible for our brain to use the vibration of extreme light. How is it possible to use the extreme light to beam the ever power of life? The all so easy way of life will unlock a power that be created. We have jumped our spiritual and infinite intelligence around our brains and have enlightened the unfolding of possibilities. So the question of, do we create the characters? This is a very simple answer for me. I am on the thought that we do not create the characters, but that the infinite intelligence that is builds and molds the desires that we are in need of. The partition of each breath and thought will allow you to understand what is needed throughout your life. The characters outside of you, the characters that you cannot control, will still be made. For any of the opportunities that you want to address, I am talking about true success of life, which is the thought of your own human becoming. For if it is true that what you hold in your head will be easily and attainable, the master of your fate shall put anything that you persistently hold in your mind into the opportunity for the characters to come through. Birth, tragedy, happiness, sick and death, and many countless opportunities to one day show them selfless unto you at the extreme light that sits still behind your eyes. Action and reward, action and desire, desire and life, able persistence toward the object of life's characters. For the infinite intelligence will create your thoughts, for only the brave that will believe in themselves. But as for creating the characters you desire to be, the creating the character that you desire to be, the proof of autosuggestion should be enough. You will and can create your own character through life of actions. If you want to be a professional fighter, you're going to need to be punched. To be a great basketball player, you're going to need to learn to dribble a ball. To be an actor, you must read the script. When you go about creating who you want to be, you are going to go through failure. Embrace the bright light behind your eyes and never doubt, never struggle, for the importance of your breath is now. Big bang. Well, guys, we're 35 minutes in. I wasn't going to give you bitches 35 minutes, but we're here now, and I ain't going to stop it. So, what a great day. Go ahead and continue your self-affirmations. Hopefully, you guys have some ideas for yourself of what you would like to accomplish this week. And remember, your affirmations can be huge or they can be tiny. They can be for hundreds of dollars. They could be for billions of dollars. Your affirmations are what you decide what you want to to work with for that week, that month, that year, that day. You know what I'm saying? You got to figure that shit out. And it's all up to you. It's not up to your mom. It's not up to your grandma. It's not up to your wife. It's not up to your daughter or your son or your dog. It's not up to them. That motherfucking shit lies behind the stillness and the extreme bright light behind your eyes, which is your mind and your hands and your body. And we're at 36 minutes. So congratulations, all you guys. I haven't even burped one time. There we go. Get one out for you. All right, guys. Well, this has been Wild Thoughts with your host, The Big Bang. And until next time, take it easy. Bye.